everyone. Today is Thursday, November the 3rd, 2022. And I would like to share my take on a very interesting interview that I listened to on the ITM trading channel that occurred between the host Lynette Zang and your guest Egon VonGraez, who is an investment professional in the realm of vaulted gold in Switzerland, and his name is Egon VonGraez. And I have immense amount of respect for both Egon as well as Lynette, if I may use first names. They're just I like both of them. But Egon VonGraez in particular, I have very deep respect for, as though I'm sure everybody in the gold space respects his way. Anyway, so it's a long interview, about an hour-ish or so, and Lynette asked him, this particular segment is just a 2-minute long one, where she asked him what was going on with the big bar in the big bar space. Because what she was seeing in her collectible space was that the premiums were busting out, and it was completely decoupled from the so-called paper spot market. And he said that he found that in his space, the big brick level, the 100 ounce gold, 400 ounce gold, those type of bricks or gold. I mean, they're called bars, but come on, they're like bricks, for my level at least. He said that he found that the premiums were low in that space, and that the demand was kind of soft in that space. And she was a little surprised, as was I initially, because I was like, hey, wait a second. Does that mean big money is moving out of gold? Interesting. Let me think about this. And so after, I had some time to ponder it, here's what I actually think is going on. So, who buys 400 ounce bar, 100 ounce bars, big chunks of metal like that? Who buys that and stores it in a vault in Switzerland? Also, his clients, I think the minimum level is $500,000 level, and then most of his people are 5 million and up kind of folks, or is it 500 million? I don't know, something. He deals with very wealthy people. And so who has that kind of wealth, right? It's people who have this, at least minimum $500,000 worth of gold to be vaulted. That's the level. And if you go all the way up to the 10 million types, the 10 million in gold types, mind you, because this is not people who put everything in gold, right? Most people put 10 to 20% of their net investable assets in gold. So that's the category of people he's dealing with. So this is definitely big money types. So if that's the sort of person who would vault those heavy kind of gold bars, why would they do that? Why would somebody vault their metals and vault that much, right? Because these are people who are trying to preserve wealth, because this is one thing very important to understand, because of gold being a proxy for savings. Yes, it is true that gold has outperformed the S&P index since the year 2000 if you look at it on a chart. However, that is because the US dollar, and I'm going to say something controversial here because everybody thinks the dollar is so goddamn strong. Yes, it is strong relative to other currencies and everything else that's going on, but even the dollar has been debased badly in the year 2000 you could get 1 ounce of gold for $200, and now you can get 1 ounce, that same 1 ounce that would have cost you $200, that is now $1,700 if you can get it, because all the cheap things are, you know, the no premium things are out of stock. So so that tells you that if you were earning $100,000 in the year 2000 and you were converting the whole thing into gold, which, you know, you don't, but think about it like this: suppose you were accepting $100,000 of a paycheck. If you were accepting that salary in gold grams, that same amount of gold grams would cost your employer $850,000. Okay, that's how much it would cost your employer to keep you hired if they were paying you in gold. So that's how much the currency has debased. So anyways, that's a bit of a tangential line there with the outperformance. But strictly speaking, gold preserves wealth. Gold does not make wealth. Okay, it preserves what you have, and therefore many people who, like, you know, who want to get rich quick, they say, why gold? I can't, like, it's going nowhere. Yeah, it should go nowhere because it's savings. However, when your currency tanks so badly, yeah, it goes to the moon and back, and way, it goes to the sun, quite literally. But anyway, so people who preserving their wealth, right? Not only are people of that caliber and that level of wealth, if they want to preserve it generationally for their descendants, there are two things there. Yes, they believe that gold is money and gold holds its value. But the second factor there, which is, I think, more important, and this is the takeaway that I got from that interview with Egon, is that a person like that has to have faith that there will be no geopolitical jurisdictional risk of even going to Switzerland, one. Second, that there will be no capital controls and border controls for their descendants to make it there. That air transportation or whatever, you know, a reliable means to access said vault in the Swiss mountains would be available. And here's the important thing, that if in the event that they would not be able to access it and they had to liquidate to use it, that the taxation levels across the board globally would not be at such a penalizing level that they'd have to give up 90% or 95% of their gains, and that it would not be confiscated by the big central banks that do acquire gold, are acquiring gold, and are continuing to acquire gold at a record rate. So the takeaway that I got from that interview and that segment, that he said that the demand at that level, at that big bar level, is soft, while the collectible level, the gold as art, the gold as, in like small collectible fine things, that one was going up. That tells me that the big money doesn't trust the system to carry on, that the big money wants to go off grid, way off grid, and is prepared to hunker down, bunker down, and to only keep it at that level where, I don't know if any of you keep up with art, but like the Gustav Klimt, that I don't know what year he used to paint in, 1500s, 1600s, whenever it was, or maybe more recent, I don't know. but he had begun to paint in gold. He would actually paint in gold, and that it was called The Lady in Gold, I think, one of his original masterpieces. They're just amazing. But anyways, so I'm thinking that it's time for gold as art. Yeah, that's what I think they're moving to. Not art, but gold as art. Yeah, let me know what you think. Am I on the right track? Am I way off base? Yeah. Thank you for listening. Take care. Bye.